Hey everybody, thanks for being subscribers, thanks for watching. I'm back in Thailand. I've been here for quite a while, but actually Greece, and I'm staying here. And there's a lot of videos about the low cost of living, how to live for $1,000, $250 apartments, $350 apartments, and all that's great, man. If that's your thing, and it buys you some freedom, and it allows you a life that you wouldn't normally be able to have, that's great. Or maybe you want to do other things with your money, or maybe it's your second home, whatever. This is not meant to offend those people, but simultaneously, if you can elevate your lifestyle and still come out cheaper than you would in a lot of places in the United States. So I've had two really nice condos, and they had cost me between $1,000 and $1,400 US. I'm not going to tell you the exact price because it's none of your business, but that's the price range, right? So in Bangkok, the 1,400 got me a condo that was a condo and building that was spotless. Common areas, work areas, conference rooms, 2 gyms, 7-Eleven downstairs, 3 pools, rooftop chill lounge, and rooftop observation deck, and it was just fantastic, man, and really security. This part of the world, they're way advanced with the facial recognition. So this building I've lived in several times, and made friends with the guy that owns this place, and he's going back to the United States. He's a Thai guy but lives in the United States, and it worked out a deal with him. All right, so we'll get to the video, and again, you can get things like this for 1,000 plus, but under 1,500. Depends how you negotiate, and sometimes the homeowners will charge different prices depending on the season. There's a high season and a low season, and they know that they could rent it out for a lot more. Other times they'll just give you a base rate, and it won't fluctuate for the year, and that's the deal I worked out with this guy. But be aware that the prices are different. November, say, through like April, and then May the rest of the year in the summer. And part of that reason is because tourism slows down, and it's really, really hot this time of year. Rain season hasn't come yet, and it's just really hot. All right, so we'll start by looking at the elevator. You get off the elevator here, and one of my neighbors loves to plant and decorate. She's from Denmark, and she's done a wonderful job with this area, and it really makes it feel good. Takes away some of that sterile look. Each elevator area has a little port. These buildings are shaped into half circles so that they capture the wind and keep everything nice and cool. Down there we're looking at Takiab Beach. Off in the distance, that beach is Swanson. All right, so now we'll go to the front of my apartment. The orientation is west-east, and so I get fantastic sunsets on this side, and I sit here in the evening and watch the sunsets, and the sun sets over these mountains here, and Wat Krelas, which is over there on that hill. I'll try to move slower because I know I do dizzy videos sometimes. All right, down there is pool number 2. It's rarely used. It's near the gym. There are 2 gymnasiums here with machines, free weights, treadmills, all that kind of stuff. So that's the second pool, and nobody hardly uses it. If you're big on privacy and stuff, that's where you go. And then looking off to the south here, you see Swanson, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it from inside without the wind. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. And this is the front of my also like to have coffee here in the morning sometimes if the sun is too strong. Let me not show you my number because there are people showing up at my house. All right, so this is the front entrance. This door leads to the bathroom that I used for a guest room. I think it was intended to be the master, but I use it as the bedroom because I was already set up in the small one. Alright. My people are here, they don't want to get filmed, but so we'll try to work around that. Alright. And then if you go off to the left here, it's almost like a separate unit that's in the same house. So I think this is intended for the guest suite, but it's where I live. And there's our bed. There's a small kitchen, little plug-in stove, fridge. I'm gonna stop doing that. I hate that when I watch the home shows and stuff. People like walk into the bathroom and tell you it's the bathroom. I think you all know that. So let's just focus on what you're seeing here. Little desk area, EV. The apartment comes with free Wi-Fi and they clean it once a week. Of course, I leave them a little tip, but it's included in the rent. The guys put a lot of mirrors in, and so that makes it feel a lot bigger than it is, and it also brings the sea inside. You'll see that in the next room. Coming out on the balcony here, this faces directly east, and so sunrise is here, shines on the water. I think I might have took some pictures or made some videos. So very pleasant, and sometimes I start my day doing that. I don't drink coffee the first thing in the morning, so when I do, it's usually too hot and I sit out front. Dryers are not a thing here. The expensive condo I had in Bangkok, no, that didn't have a dryer. I don't know, I rented somewhere that had a dryer here, but it's very rare. Alright, so what we're looking at is Takiab, and then off in the distance, Wayan. And that is Wayan Beach, the Takiab section of Wayan Beach. And this is the small fishing village of Wadan. Commercial fishing, but at a small scale. And on top of this ridge line, they call this Monkey Mountain. It's Wat Takiab, and monks, owned by monks. You can kind of see the whatever they call it, but the Wat, that's what they call it. And that, if the light is just right, or if your imagination is good, that looks like a monkey's head. And so they call that Monkey Mountain. And then down there is Wadan Beach, and the soy that I walk to get to the beach in the morning. Down here are our gardens. And the building to the left of the pool is actually a restaurant, and it's only for the people that live here. And a fairly large pool. Pools here are drown proof. Well, people will find a way to drown, but pools are they're kind of drown proof in the sense that they're rarely more than 5 feet, so you can stand up when you're tired. This area has a fairly large shower and bathroom. The homeowner that remodeled it is a large fella. He's got to be 6'5" at least, and so everything is kind of Western size. Whereas if you go to some of the less expensive condos, things might be a little smaller. Back in the front entrance, and then we come into the main area. The guy did a really good job with the mirrors. You can see the sea is reflected off of there, so anywhere you look on this side of the condo is sea view. We're on a pretty high floor. Above 12, less than 20. Has a kitchen area with a bar, Western style kitchen, in that it has an oven and a cooktop with more than one burner. Typically you're not going to find an oven in apartments in Bangkok, in Thailand, because it's just not something they use to cook. But you can find them, it's just rare. And then this is the primary bedroom, which I'm used as a guest room. We have company now. We have visitors. And nice wardrobe set. Good big mirror. Get sunset from here. Nice breeze at nighttime. And it has its own bathroom with a fairly big shower. Standard size toilet. When I mention those type of things, it's because it's not common. Otherwise, everyone can see it's a toilet, but some of the toilets are kind of low here. And if you get to real rural Thailand, it's just a hole in the ground. Squat hole, I guess you call it. Kind of like you see in the Middle East or Africa. Dining room. And from the dining room, you get a huge breeze. This is where I can describe let me close this so you're not listening to that. Alright, so that's Swanson Beach out in the distance, and past that ridge line that sticks out past the peninsula is a place called Koh. Over here in the distance you might could see some little islands. That one is called Lion Island because it looks like a male lion sitting down. And you can see more of Wadon Beach down there in front of those buildings. Wadon Beach, the surf is normally calmer. The surf is high today because of full moon and high winds. The beach in YN usually has a higher surf. Little sitting area. I sit out here when they have concerts and stuff down there so we can listen to the music. I don't like being in big crowds. So I watch everything happening from up here. And you can see I got a good view of the beach. Takes me just a few minutes to walk there. And there are no more monkeys here. They've eliminated all the monkeys. They relocated them, and so they became quite a nuisance, man. They were attacking people, they were stealing food, they were breaking into houses, they were terrorizing businesses, and so yeah, we couldn't get along, so they moved them out to the forest. That's a warning for tourists that come here. I've seen so many come here, and when they do see the monkeys, they approach them and act as if they're domesticated, and don't be fooled because they look like your cousin or something like that, right? This is a wild animal that can hurt you, and they do. And many an ambulance has been called to Takiab for people getting bit by monkeys. Alright, man, so it's really that simple. It's beautiful. There's a constant breeze. It's quiet. My neighbors are cool. It's right on the beach. I'm surrounded by restaurants, convenience stores, massage parlors. Not the kind with the happy ending, but actual massage parlors. And this is what you can get for 1,000 to 1,500, somewhere in between, depending on your negotiation skills, etc. And from what I understand, that's a better value than the United States. And while I'm at it, like I said, no offense to the guys that live in $200 apartments, man. If that's what works for you. If I was alone, then maybe that would be sufficient for me as well. But we stay home a lot. This is the restaurant with the best view, so we eat here. And here's another view of the gardens again. We hang out there sometimes. And like I said, the buildings are semicircle, so they're designed to capture the wind, and that keeps everything at a little bit of a lower temperature than once you leave this little complex. So, in addition to just to recap, in addition to the condo, there's an in-house restaurant. There is a cleaning service once a week. You can tip them if you want or not. There are 2 pools. There are 2 gyms. Wi-Fi is included. I have an oven, 2 bedrooms, and 2 bathrooms. And, you know, I don't know, fancy, I don't know, but not plain, right? So, good furniture, Western style. Good beds, Western style mattresses. And so going back to the comments that I have seen, there was a guy here, Ramsey something. He had a really good page. The guy was pretty successful. He had a 5-bedroom house with a live-in maid, a car, and people just kicked his ass, man. They just hated on him because he was showing, you know, what $7,000 a month can buy you in Thailand, and people were just pissed at him. And that's no way to be, man. If you're one of those kind of guys, save your comments. I don't want to read it. I don't give a shit. I'm not insulting you by showing you my condo, and I'm not rich by any means. So that's the deal. If you have any questions, I can answer some visa questions. I can answer what rental contracts look like. Keep in mind that when you leave the United States, if you're Americans watching this, there's no credit score, man. There's no such thing. And so you just do a handshake and a deposit, and life is good. People actually trust each other. It's the difference between a high trust and a low trust society. Thailand is a high trust society. If I don't lock my door, nothing happens. If I leave my phone at a restaurant, it's there when I get back. This is probably the highest trust society that I've ever lived in. And for that reason, I love it. So that's my thing. Any questions, comments below. Be good. Thanks for watching. And any questions about renting and stuff like that, I'd be happy to answer for that. If my kids are looking at this, love you guys, man. I miss you. I'll be come there soon. Everyone else, be well, and we'll try to make some more videos.